Before we begin on Mildly Infuriating, allow me to be mildly infuriating and remind you, represent.com/CaptainSparkles for your hashtag Team Ionite merch that doesn't have much to do with this channel. But anyway, we'll start off with number 19. They changed the design of the spice jars. Now they're a millimeter too tall to fit on my shelf. Oh no. They're probably trying to make it look tall and slender and more appealing to the eyes so that you grab it off the shelf, when in reality it was absolutely perfect the way it was before. It looks a little bit more than a millimeter, like maybe half a centimeter there, but still enough to really screw things up for you. Like, what else are you gonna use that shelf for? It's too small for anything else. You had your spices perfectly in there, and now you need to allocate a whole other shelf for it, but the things up there aren't gonna fit down there. That really ruins your workflow. I empathize with you on that one. My mom complained that I spend my money on things I don't need. I recently bought a PS4 and a new TV with my own money, but she bought this lamp for 3,000 euros because it was designed by a famous artist. God, it's such an ugly lamp. All right, here's the thing, my dude. Parents are gonna be parents, and they're allowed to complain that you're spending your money on frivolous things because you're living under their roof, and they can kind of do what they want in that regard. There's certainly some hypocrisy when it comes to things that parents will complain to you about. There's no doubt about that. You just have to put up with it. There's not much you can do until you're not living there anymore. But yes, that is, that's an ugly lamp. Walking up on that, not remembering it's there after it's just been bought in the middle of the night, you're gonna karate chop that thing. Be gone, Slender Man. Why'd you put on that terrible hat? How my parents store their DVDs. There is a pretty easy fix to this. You can make the stack nicer with just a couple of pushes of your hand, or you could, you know, put it on one of those things that you buy CD. Does anyone buy CD-ROMs anymore? Is that a thing? You know how they come on the little, yeah, you could put it on that, or you just put it in a storage thing. There's an easy solution here, but it's gonna end up going back to that. This trash can. Yeah, you know, maybe you should throw it in the trash. It's pretty small. It could fit in a larger trash can. I've never really been into the whole push to open trash cans. Obviously, the reason they exist is so that you can have the trash in the open without it being smelly and stuff. But I would personally much prefer a much smaller trash can that I can put inside a cupboard. This is neither big, so you can have it out in the open and it serves a purpose. Like, it's useless. I'm just saying what I do personally. Apparently what I do personally is the only things that are okay when it comes to trash etiquette. The Voyager Golden Record, containing an array of songs, sounds, and images to represent humanity and Earth to any potential alien races, is blocked in my country on copyright grounds. Video unavailable. This video contains content from Warner Chappell, who has blocked it on in your country on copyright grounds. Hey, they also owned Happy Birthday for a while until that was ruled to be public domain. As long as we're within the jurisdiction of Earth, this is going to be problematic. Once you get into outer space, if you're an alien listening to it, it's okay, because outer space isn't governed by Earth law. Although I think we have devised laws as to how we would approach outer space colonization. I don't know, I'll point to a star out there in the sky and be like, this is my star. No one else can have it. And no one can contest me on that. What are you gonna do about it? You can colonize my star? Go for it. It's a long ways away. Like, I've got a lot of distance defending me and my star from you and your colonization, so go try. Google, please. Define overzealous. Coming right up. Overzealous. Too zealous in one's attitude or behavior. Define zealous. Here you go. Zealous. Having or showing zeal. Google. Define rabbit hole. Does it have an end to it? I suppose it has to. Doesn't go all the way through the earth. My wife uses silverware to stir when she is cooking, and all our pots and pans look like this. Oh no. See, I don't even cook, but back when I would occasionally do some mac and cheese a few years ago before I started ordering everything in, at least I would know you hover around the edges when you're stirring with a fork, because I would stir with a fork. You know, you don't want the mac and cheese clumping up. You gotta keep it stirred. Even I know this. I'm professional cooking with Chef Voyager here. Another episode is due at some point. You gotta hover it around. You don't make contact with the edges of the pot. You just hover it in the water. Like, why are you mashing the bottom of the pot with your fork? There might be someone out there who knows less about cooking than me, and that's saying something. Donut murder. Donut murder. The donuts. You know, everyone else out there, they'd be like picking around it, all right? They'd see that donut that's been mashed, and they'd be grabbing the other donuts off the plate, leaving that poor fellow all alone. Nobody would want it. I'd go up to that plate, and I'd be like, look at you, looking all unloved. Nobody wants you. I will adopt you and take you to the good home of my stomach, and you will feel like you've completed your purpose. I will not neglect you, you poor thing. I do not neglect the needy. Selling anything on Facebook. Deliver it. Whereabouts are you? And can we drop it off? Can we get all of it? Yes, that's fine. Both mattress and base. Base is free. Where are we delivering? High Rye. Address. Highbury. Yeah, can we get your address? Blank, blank. Can you show me the side of what is blank? Oh, sorry. I am going to pick it up. When? We'll deliver it for free. We're going out of town shortly. You just have to deliver it. Is it everything? Yes, base and base, 120. Price any more longer? What? Lower? No, it's friggin' $120. Oh, sorry, I don't have that much. I went through a few not so fun transactions back when I sold some stuff on eBay in high school. That's how I made a bit of extra cash, as I sold old items that I bought with my own money. So really I didn't make any money. I just recouped a little bit of my losses. Yeah, every now and again you would get just some really dumb exchange. In retrospect, they were talking to like a 13-year-old, and I conducted myself at that age better than this individual who doesn't know how to do anything. How do you exist? How do you do life if this is so difficult? This plastic pole on my new desktop. Oh, is it gonna yank something off? Or it's gonna rip? Because it's always... So this is a question. It's like the why were they filming subreddit. Yeah, I think the first comment here is probably explaining it. You were trying to make a video for Oddly Satisfying of peeling the plastic off. Because it's great. It's great when you peel that plastic off. And instead, it just yanked the whole thing off. That must have been it. You wanted this to go a different way. Video didn't pan out. But instead, you got a bunch of internet karma and mildly infuriating. Instead of giving my friend 10 pounds for his birthday, I gave him 1,000 pennies taped into a ball instead. Yeah, that's more trouble than it's worth. You just wasted 10 pounds, I guess. Take it to a bank, they're gonna be like, yeah, that's not gonna work. You're gonna have to undo all those. And then the amount of time that it takes to undo all those, it's probably gonna take more than an hour. So depending upon your hourly wage, you just wasted your time that could have been allocated to something that could have made you more than the amount from undoing that stupid ball. You are mildly infuriating, I suppose. I did that once. Not taped together, but it was a Secret Santa thing, and the rule was under $30. So I did put $29.99 into a box, and that was my gift. So I am mildly infuriating as well. The obstruction of my front door that prevented UPS from delivering my package. Yeah, sorry, they're not, well, okay. I wanna maybe give the benefit of the doubt here, okay? Was it a super large package, and did it require a dolly in order to get to your front door? Because I don't know what their policy is like how close to a front door they have to bring the package. But if it was on a dolly and it was a big package, there's a light right there, and there's this thing. They might actually not have been able to get it to get it to your front door, and it might have been like, it's real heavy, dolly has small wheels, it couldn't go on the grass. Trying to give the benefit of the doubt. On the other hand, maybe it was just a small handheld package and they were like, I have an excuse not to walk the 50 feet to the front door, I'm gonna take it. Even though it'd probably be more of a pain to submit the why you weren't able to deliver the packages. I wanna give the benefit of the doubt, but I've also seen people huck packages 100 feet to front doors. Thanks, I hate it. Do it a different way. See, I don't think that's sending the right message. Because do it a different way. Sure, if you want to be unique, that's great. But when the different way is spelling things backwards and upside down, that's not something you'd want to encourage, because that's just obnoxious. So you should try to give an example that's someone doing something a different way that actually historically led to a happy little accident and was like the invention of something, like a thing that is used widely that was stumbled upon by accident, but not just backwards text. It's the wrong way. I am forced to look at this every time I get up. That is wild roof. Ceiling, sorry, roof is exterior, ceiling is interior. Do you live in like Versailles or something? I've never been inside of a house where the ceiling was painted like that. And I'm assuming that's your house if you wake up to it every day. I'd probably just have it painted in a solid color. And if you had it painted in a solid color, then you wouldn't notice that it's really off center. Because yeah, you'd be like, oh, it's a little bit more to this side than it is to this side. But you wouldn't have that whole design to really make you see that it's off center. So it is an easy solution if you're not particularly attached to the artwork, but the artwork might be the selling point, and then the fan is just really getting in the way. You could pull the fan off. There are options here. My non-stick pan after getting new roommates. This is the second one this month. I guess the whole scratching things with a fork is becoming really popular. See, the solution here is not having roommates. It's nice. I know that is not an option for everyone. Don't get mad at me. I realize that having roommates is an economical solution. I realize that. But I don't think I could ever tolerate living with a roommate. I've never had to do it. It's probably because of only child growing up. Never had to do anything, share with a sibling, any of that sort of stuff. Yeah, I think it'd be a mess. I think that whoever my roommate was would also hate me because I'm so particular about things that they'd be like, I can't handle this. This is a nightmare. You're a nightmare. So the solution is to live alone, because this would frustrate me to no end. And I'd be like, I bought this. You destroyed it. Why are you also late on your rent that I then have to cover? I'm mad. That would upset me greatly. No matter how cheap the pan, that would greatly upset me. All the weights just for me. The weight says Jordan on it. I believe that this image was created specifically for me, and these weights created specifically for me, just to frustrate me. Because why else would it say Jordan on the weights? I've never seen weights that said Jordan on them before. Didn't know that was a weight company. Why do you have why are they all there? Why have you taken all the weights off the weight rack? And how much do we want to bet that this man did not re-rack his weights afterward? He was just like, I'm gonna take all of them off, because I'll be here for a little while. I'm just gonna have all of them. No, none of you. You can't have any of the other 20 weights that I'm not using. They're all mine now. And also gonna leave them here when I'm done. So you guys can clean up after me, after I hog them and don't allow you to use them for a while. Cool, thank you. This photo hath shooketh me, and why does it say Jordan on the weights? This is some kind of like destiny right here, that I was destined to see this image. I'm at a loss. Every day we stray further from God's light. The bank gave me a Chuck E. Cheese token in my quarter roll. I bet that this happened. I wonder if... Okay, trials the other week. I was explaining something I recently learned, that Japanese, I think it's a 10 yen coin, can substitute, I believe it's for a quarter, in a meter. And a 10 yen is, I don't know, it's like a couple cents or something like that equivalent. So you're saving, I don't know, 23, 24, 22 cents. It's a big discount if you can get a hold of Japanese 10 yen coins. I have never done this personally. I've merely seen that it works, that's all. But it was not me. I did not do it. I wonder if, like, when those are cashed out and the meters are dumped out, do the people doing that really pay attention to what's in there? Does it just end up going to a bank, and then the bank sorts it into rolls, and then someone out there has ended up with a quarter roll that just has a bunch of Japanese 10 yens in it? Does a Chuck E. Cheese coin work too? You would think that, I don't know, some enforcement agency, if that were the case, would go to Chuck E. Cheese and be like, you guys need to change the way you make your tokens, because we can't have this problem. I've been bamboozled. Viking Revolution Pomade. Who does that? What kind of garbage is that? That's a way to just not get repeat business. Are you just counting on no one's actually gonna use this pomade? Because as soon as they really get down into it, wait a minute, this isn't a cylinder, this is a cone. That's not what I bought. I wonder if it even lists the volume. It probably does it by weight instead of volume. Not that you would ever look at it and be like, if I do a pi r squared h on this, that's not, that doesn't work. It looks more like a 1/3 pi r squared h. Yeah, it's just, but no one's gonna buy it again. That's dumb. Ace Hole Neighbor keeps on stealing my boyfriend's avocados from his tree. Oh my God, is he taking like a pool net? Oh my God. You should create a fake avocado, but you should stuff it with something disgusting and then make sure that it's right there, front and center. I don't know how you would attach it to the tree to make it look legit, but you gotta like stuff it with something, somehow close it back up so it looks perfect. This is like the ultimate arts and crafts project, but how brilliantly would it pan out? You like stuff it with bees. Then you would have to deal with bees, so that's probably not the best approach, but something gross that they just wouldn't be expecting, and then they're gonna cut open and you're just gonna hear a scream, and then they're never gonna pick avocados from your tree ever again. Well, that's it for the last month of Mildly Infuriating. Make sure to like if you liked, subscribe if you're not already, and check out the playlist in the description if you want to continue to be more mildly infuriating. Represent.com/CaptainSparkles for merch, and I'll see you next time.